Hi everyone, welcome back to Plum Mashable. So today's video is going to be my October favourites. If you want to see what I love this month, then just keep watching. There is a lot here and I didn't think there would be quite this much, and then I started putting it all together and I was like, oh wow, I really have found some things this month and love some things this month. So I'm going to move it all off to the side and sort of delve into this bit by bit. So I'm going to start off with, not the thing that just rolled out at me, I'm going to start out with this. So this is the black paper dot grid notebook that I purchased off Amazon. I will obviously link it down below, to do my inserts for October. So if you haven't been watching along, which I'd be surprised, but if you haven't been watching along, I did all of my October spreads in black dot grid paper, and I thought this would be really hard. When I got the paper, I originally did it that I just did like plain paper, and I was ruling it all out and I had to measure it and all the things, and Denise just said to me, why don't you just get dot grid? And so then I went and found dot grid, and that did make life so much easier. Really, my inserts are just 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 straight lines, and that's it. Not really all that complicated, but I did really love using these black pages. I think they came together really beautifully. I love that the first one is sort of, hold on, reverse. I love that this one was just plain, like my monthly spread was just plain. I loved that it just looked so beautiful sitting there, but then I could pop it off with some stickers. So just a few little Luscious labels, Halloween spooky kind of ones, to set it off, and it was just perfect. I loved the second week with all of the Harry Potter stuff. That just makes me happy. I loved the green, surprisingly enough. I didn't think the green would be particularly fun, but it actually turned out to be. Absolutely loved, of course, the Lawn Fawn Halloween. Made a very bad week in our house kind of bearable. And then, of course, I absolutely adored the For the Booze. So I cannot quite get over how much I loved the black pages. I will be using black pages in my planner more often. I don't think I'll do full months again. I think I'll just save that just for October. But what I loved is this, that dot grid has obviously got so much paper. It's easy to tear the stuff out from the back. I've still got so much to go, and that can just live in my drawer and I can just pull it out whenever I want to use it. So absolutely loved that. Well done for Amazon for being able to find that one. While we were in Halloween, let's keep going with Halloween stuff and then I'll come back. Actually, sorry, one more thing with Halloween. I didn't get them out because I didn't want to have more washi tape, because when you see in a minute how much washi tape I've got, it's kind of ridiculous. But I did just want to highlight very quickly the Kmart, the Kmart Halloween washi tape collection that they released. I actually thought it was really pretty. I've been having a lot of fun with washi pages lately, and you're going to see that in just a second. But this collection in particular was very pretty. I loved the teal, the blacks, the oranges, and the purples. It just looked beautiful. I love the spider webs. And that just set that October off. I sort of was looking at it going, what am I supposed to do with that page? Because it was still white and everything else was black. So covering it with washi solved the problem. So Kmart's Halloween washi was very, very nice. Moving on for that, hold on, no, well, then we'll come back to Halloween and then we'll go on to washi. So I'm going to chuck in the PA For the Booze sticker book. I did also love the washi tapes, do not get me wrong, but this was just magic in every way, shape or form. I will link down below for the video where I actually walk through this, because obviously now it's been absolutely, there's stickers missing everywhere. That said, I reckon I could still do another full week with this with absolutely no problem, because I still do have 2 whole weeks left. So you got 1 and then 2, plus of course all the extra little bits. I absolutely adore the blackout stickers. Please, Sammy, do these more often. But yeah, I loved the For the Booze a lot more than I thought I would. I think I can officially say I'm a Halloween person now. So if Charlotte wants to go trick-or-treating when she's older, I'm quite happy for her to do that. I'll get over my pretend hate of Halloween. Alright, I'm going to go back to Kmart just for a second. So they have started releasing some of their Christmas collections. There are 2 different ones as far as I can see so far. This is called Timeless and the other one is Traditional. The traditional one is very pretty, but it's traditional. It's your Christmas colours, it's your normal kind of thing. I really loved this. It was very pared back, and I just love the colour combos. So I'm just really quickly going to show you through the paper pack and the washi tape, and I will use these to make some cards. I haven't yet, but I will use them to make some cards or maybe do a planner week. I haven't decided yet. But I also love the Aussie influence of these because they're just beautiful. So we've got the beautiful Aussie flora there. You've got a wreath. It's so beautiful, fussy cut. And I love that it's on pink. You've got your green kind of little flowers. You've got your Merry Christmas koalas. I love this one with the trees and the Christmas wishes, and it's got gold foil on it. And the gold foil is very pared back. It's very subdued. It's not over the top, which I just think is so, so good. We have some fir tree snowflakes, which snowflakes are tough for me. I'm not a snow person because we don't have snow here in Australia for Christmas or any other time. Well, we do, but not really. So I love cards that have snowy things, but I'm also very aware of the fact that it's not really a thing here. So to turn snowflakes into trees, I think is really pretty, really clever, sorry. You got a little deer here with your tree and your Christmas wishes, and I love that that's just one big page. Some more florals, page of Christmas wishes on that green. That whole page is gold foil. Oh. And yes, with snowflakes. Some golden wattle with joy. Some Merry Christmas there with the pine cones. Some beautiful green florals, gum nuts. These could be used all year round too. That's what I love about these. Some trees. That one's a bit more Christmassy and I love it. So that's the paper pack. The washi tapes are then absolutely stunning to go with them. So you've got this one that's got all of your pine needles. I'll put them all out and then do zooms because it's hard to sort of see them when they're in their rolls. You've got a pink one with that wattle. And again, either of these could be used all year round. This next one probably can't, with the beautiful deer on the grey with the tree with Merry and Bright. Have this beautiful dark red. I love this. With just that Merry Christmas. Whoops, I don't know why I just did that. It was an accident. I then have a pink snowflake. Pink snowflake. How cool. We've got some more florals or flora, not necessarily florals, but sort of the gum nuts. This one's probably my favourite. I just love the pine cones and the pine needles. We've got some of those little mini snowflake or mini flower kind of things on the green. And then you've got a whole roll of foiled rose gold, which I kind of wish that that was the champagne so it matched the paper pad, but I'll live. And then you also have these beautiful holly berries, which I just love. That whole collection is just beyond stunning. It goes together so beautifully, pulling the greens and the greys and the pinks, and then with that little pop of gold or rose gold. So I just absolutely love, love, love this collection. Kmart really did a good job with this one, and I'm very excited to get to use this in either a planner week or some cards. So just really quickly pull those up and put them off to the side. I'll fix them up later. The good thing about Kmart tape is I never mind wasting just a little bit of it because it's okay. So that is that. We're going to keep going with Christmas. Yeah, we'll keep going with Christmas, and then I'll come back to some more washies. So I have it in a plastic container or plastic pocket here so I don't lose it. But this is the Uniquely Creative Christmas card kit. Now what I wanted, I have lots of fun with my Christmas cards, but I was starting to realise that I was getting a little bit too close to the end of my sort of period here, especially because I'm going to lose a big chunk of time in November. And I just wanted a really quick way to make a bunch of cards. So this is the Oh What Fun Christmas card kit. This is a brand new product. It is fun for kids and adults, and I will tell you right now, it was really fun for me as well as it would have been for any kid that would have been doing this with me. And you get everything you need to make the 10 cards that are included in this, little magazine. So I'll just show you a couple. So some of them are very, very simple. And what I've done, and I won't show you all the cards because I'll do that in my Christmas retrospective that I do in December, but I just added little bits and pieces here to make them a little bit more fancy. So when I did this one, I added a little bit of, I think I added a gemstone or something to his nose, or I added some glossy accents or something like that. This one I added a little bit of gold trim. So these are the easy ones. They really did take me a couple of seconds to put together. The medium ones, I just stepped them up a little bit more. So I used a bit of extra glitter cardstock or metallic cardstock, or put stuff up on foam or whatever it was, just to kind of build this up. And then the same thing when we got to the hard ones, I just added a little bit more. I will show you one of these hard ones that I kind of changed. So this one said to do it a smaller card front with the pink. I actually had run out of pink because I used it on something on one of the other cards. So I just added vellum on instead. It's basically the same card, there's just little kind of things. And that's what I love about little kits like this that help you put something together. The idea is here, but you can step it up. You can add a little bit of something so it makes it a little bit more yours. I love that everything for this came in the collection, and I have made all 10 of these cards now, and I still have all this left over. I have still half a paper pack, and I just need to show you some of these because they're just beautiful. That's a card front all by itself. You don't even have to cut anything. Like, it's a cut in half kind of job and you're done. You've got some trees, you've got some lights, you've got all these that I can still cut out. You've got all of those cute little Santas, you've got words, and I'm just going to sort of flick through here. You've got some blues and some ho-ho-hos, and then you have a whole page worth of sentiments, plus you get this baker's twine, so 3 different colours of baker's twine, plus some gems, plus a packet of die cuts, like that, plus the magazine. And it really wasn't that expensive. If you are someone that just loves to make Christmas cards all year round, or just wants to have an easy way to make a bunch where you don't have to think so much, you can just kind of look at a project and put it together. It's not step by step. You've got to work it out to a certain extent, but it's very easy to put these together, and I had a lot of fun with these. I really hope they come out with more of these kind of kits, because that was actually a lot of fun to do, and I really enjoyed it. Alright, double back to some washi. No, we'll go with this. This is going to seem like the most boring thing I've put in my favourites for a long time, but this is a foam sanding block. This is a piece of really like dense foam that's got different grits of sandpaper all around the outside. Now, something that drives me bonkers, and it happens all the time when I cut something out with one of my dies, and I don't have one here at the moment that's kind of doing it, but I will just use this bit of cardboard as an example. Sometimes when I cut stuff off, like cut a square or a rectangle, something out of one of my, like for dies, I get a little bit of kind of like stuff that hasn't quite cut off all the way. And I used to do it with scissors, and then I'd end up cutting it funny. This is just a little sanding block that just helps me just kind of even off that edge. It gets rid of all of the stuff that should have been knocked off. But it can then also be used to distress your cardstock in different ways. So I've sort of just given that a bit of a rub with the really like hard grit cardstock, sandpaper, but then there are slightly lighter grits. It's just all kind of, I just find it really, I reach for it all the time just to finish those edges off, just to make everything a little bit nicer, or to distress it and go completely the other way. But a very nice little tool from Uniquely Creative. I missed this when I was talking about the blackouts before. This was also a bit of a staple when I was doing all my blackout weeks. When I put Postit Notes in, I was using this Post-it set instead of my normal white ones. This one was from Planner Piece. It was the in the blackout subscription box, which if you haven't seen the subscription box with the blackout inserts, I will link them down below, but we have now got a brand new one. So these were the blackout Post-it Notes. Loved them. Don't have to just use them for October. I'll probably use them in bunches of places now as well, because I've just kind of got used to reaching for them. But fun to write on with white or metallic, or, you know, any other kind of pen that shows up on black. So that was a lot of fun for October as well. I'm nearly finished. I'm going to go back to those washi tapes. So if you guys remember, a little while ago, I helped May from May Paper Co. design some washi tape sample pages, and I swatched pages. And I had a lot of fun putting all of my washi tapes into a book. What I didn't realise when I was doing that is that I had more washi tape than would fit in a book. And you could get bigger discs, I know that, but I would prefer to have 2 books. So what I've done is I've split my collection now into 2 different books. This is the first one, and this is what I call my standard washies. So this is everything that lives in the sets right in front of my face. all my skinny washies, all my blues, and they're all split up by colour. So these are my multicoloureds, these are my pinks, which actually is kind of pinks, reds and yellows. I don't have a lot of orange. Then I've got my cool colours, so blues, greens and purples. I have my neutrals, so blacks, monochromes, greys and browns. Then I've got my metallics, so gold, rose gold, silver, etc. And then I have Christmas at the back, which is where I'm going to put all of these soon. So I have all of my Christmas ones here at the back. I will also put in a page for Halloween ones because I need to do those as well. So there we go. That's my standard swatch book. I then have my special swatch book, which is exactly the same. It's made up of a cover, a frosted cover from May Paper Co., discs from May Paper Co., a beautiful custom vellum overlay dashboard from May Paper Co. The only difference is this one has a bit of a washi background where I've done some of my favourite PA washi tapes on a piece of cardstock, backed onto another piece of cardstock, and it's just where they live. So I have all of my PA ones in here. I don't have dividers for this one yet, but I may have to get them. So I've got all PA at the front. That goes into Desley's, Mr. Moose, Hobby Hoppers, Tickle Pink, Fox and Cactus, I think Simply Gilded's in here as well, Coffee Monster Co., Marshmallow, Simply Gilded, and yeah, Fox and Cactus. I love having swatch books, and it was just getting too much. So if you're someone like me whose collection keeps getting larger and larger, don't feel bad about going into 2 books. Sometimes you need to the point that I may actually now need 3 books when I finally finish my Lawn Fawn one, but I'm not there yet. Nearly finished. These ones, I kind of mentioned them a few in one of my weekly decos a couple weeks ago. I am just about out of undo. This is all the undo I have left in my house. So I'm being really careful with it. And because I'm being really careful with it, I decided it would be a better idea for it to live in a dropper rather than in the container that it comes in, because I can be a bit wasteful with it. So I grabbed these from Art to Art, which is an online store, but it's also a physical store in Adelaide. If you're a South Australian, oh my goodness, I'm so jealous of you. They have Copics, they have these, they have anything art related, you will go. It's just like heaven. I did also complete my Copic collection thanks to them. They had a sale on in October for Inktober. They had 20% off all their Copics. But these were sort of like not the bonus item, but extra item that I got. I really have been enjoying them. I like that they're like a triangle-y kind of shape. I think that's really cool. I like that the bottles are plastic, but they're a really solid plastic, but that the droppers are glass. So it's just a very cool thing. I have 4 of them in my office now. I have one with undo, one with eucalyptus oil because I use it for cleaning all the time and I really like it. One for isopropyl alcohol, and I have one that just has plain water because I like using it for my watercolours. So they are those. Last but not least is a 2-folder. So the favourite is this beautiful set of rub-ons. This is the Spectrum Sherbet. Sorry, it's the 49 and Market Spectrum Sherbet Tidal Wave Rub-On Transfer Set. I bought this at Paperiffic a couple months ago. You get 6 pages, I think. Yeah, 6 by 8 application or sheets and an application tool, which I swear I know where it is, but I can't find it. And you get all of these pages. I will link down below to the original unboxing because obviously now I've started cutting into these. So you've got some stitches and some stars. You've got some words. You've got some beautiful geometrics. That's one that I cut up. Some more that I cut up. And then a whole page of butterflies. Absolutely love these. And then what that inspired me to do is play a little bit in my art journal, which I will share another page with you guys really, really soon. I haven't been enjoying doing it a little bit for myself. So I have done 2. This is my Uniquely Creative little album. I have also bought another one of these. This is what my December daily is going to go into. I swear I can talk. I'm too excited and I keep trying to talk too fast. So this was the page that you guys saw me do a couple of weeks ago. This was one that was inspired by Desley from desleyjane Plans. She was playing with her new, the metallic watercolours from Hobby Hoppers. And she did these with metallics. And I was just inspired to try them with my own watercolours. I just picked out a bunch of blues and greens because that's the colour combo I decided to go with. So thank you, Desley, for inspiring me to play with them. But then this was the kind of thing I came up with, I guess, using that beautiful set of rub-ons. So this is using, it's a colour combination I never would have put together. This was using Shabby Shutters and Uncharted Mariner, and I loved it with just then a little bit of, I think it was walnut stain around the outside, and then some washi page leaves that I had gotten from Washi Gang a little while ago. There's a little bit of gauze, I think it's gauze, under here, and then a beautiful stamp on the back. I just really love the colour combo. Those blues and greens with a little bit of brown is really pretty. I need to put a little bit of tape behind there because it's bugging me. But I'm just really enjoying having a place to go and play. And if it works, it works. If it doesn't, it doesn't. That was sort of how I felt about these ones. If it worked, it worked. If it didn't, it didn't. And they worked out really beautifully. So I'm really loving playing with my art journal. And like I said, I will share some projects, extra projects with you using my art journal in the next couple of weeks. I do have it scheduled in for November, but November is a very, very busy month. Let's just go with they're all busy months at the moment. It's just madness how busy the year is. I'm still very much in Christmas card mode. I still have, I think, 12 more to make, so I still have plenty of ideas, plenty of different things to be doing. But I am absolutely loving so much of the Christmas stuff that's out right now. If you haven't got your hands on some of the beautiful Christmas goodies that are slowly starting to saturate our market, you will soon, because they're very, very beautiful. There we go. I hope you guys did enjoy my October favourites. If you did, please give it a thumbs up and don't forget to subscribe to my channel. There's also favourites from other months in the playlist at the end, so feel free to go and get them. And anywhere I've mentioned a video, I will link down below as well for you to go and check out. I hope you guys have an absolutely awesome rest of your day, and I will catch you again in my next video. Sending lots of huggles. Bye!